in an update to the report given to you previously about the Superstars Shake-Up. Hi, welcome to SCW, the wrestling channel here on YouTube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Subscribe right now. Leave any comments in the comment section, like and share the video as well. Brought to you by ringsidenews.com. There's been more discussion, of course, regarding WWE's Superstars Shake-Up that will take place on Monday and Tuesday, which was both Raw and SmackDown Live this week. Now, it was reported via the Wrestling Observer that there's been talk of AJ Styles moving to Raw and the new date to SmackDown. Now, PW Insider reports that there's also been a pitch for Sasha Banks to move to SmackDown Live. This comes after the news that Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss would also be switching brands. Now, to go on to that, I'm okay with Sasha Banks going to SmackDown. I think she's always said she wanted to be a SmackDown girl, but I don't want to see Sasha Banks and Charlotte on the same show. I want them to be on opposite shows. I mean, would this mean as well Becky Lynch would have to go to Monday nights, and then we'd have her and Alexa Bliss again? It'd be kind of the same rivalries on the same shows. I don't want that. I want fresh TV, and although they might be in different ring ropes and coming out on a different day, I don't want to see Sasha Banks versus Charlotte anymore, and I certainly don't want to see Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss anymore. So I agree with the idea of Charlotte and Alexa Bliss switching. That made perfect sense. Sasha Banks for me can only move to SmackDown if Charlotte doesn't. Now, PW Insider also reports that AJ Styles, that is, may not move to SmackDown after Raw. The belief is the company wanted to reunite Styles with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. However, there has been more talk of late of keeping AJ Styles on SmackDown and moving Anderson and Gallows instead. Now, again, I would be in favour of this. I mean, look at the idea of AJ Styles and Nakamura on the same show. That would be incredible. But for me, for this to work, I think also then you'd need to move over Finn at Balor as well, because I think that storyline needs to play out, whether they're all a faction as four, whether there is almost a battle over the alliance of Anderson and Gallows. For me, that would be compelling TV, and I would be massively in favour. Even if we see the likes of Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt move to Monday Night Raw to finish off their feud, it would be kind of interesting to have, say, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Finn Balor all on the SmackDown side, maybe along with a John Cena. It would be, and Dean Ambrose as well, would be very interesting and great compelling TV, and I think there would be enough star power on the SmackDown side. Finally, there's also talk of bringing Andrade Cien Almas to the main roster, but of course we'll keep you updated if more information is brought with that. Now, if Andrade is brought up, then personally for me, I think it'd perhaps be more beneficial to be on SmackDown Live than on Raw. There has been talk of Elias Sampson coming up as well. I personally would put him on the Raw side, but with Cien Almas, there was rumours before that they may do a similar gimmick with him of what he had with, I believe, when he was in Japan. I would like to see that take place, because I think that Andrade Cien Almas has got a lot to give, and I think he's not been utilised to his best. But what I do like is if he comes to the main roster now, he's probably at the strongest point he's ever been in NXT, so he has the most credibility coming up rather than wasting all that time, like when we know they're ready for the main roster for a long time, then they're finally brought up, and then we finally have to wait for them to actually do something. I mean, there's been many that have probably suffered through that. I mean, Sami Zayn being a clear example. He was ready for the main roster long before he was called up, and it was almost too long by the time he was called up, and a lot of the momentum that was behind him kind of faded away a little bit and has not been aided with the storylines going forward. So I hope with Almas, if he is brought up, that he is actually put on the right show and given the right momentum, especially as he's probably at his strongest point right now in NXT. But that's everything on that current update for you there, and if anything's more brought up before Monday Night Raw, I should give it to you on this channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below right now. Who do you want to see in the Superstar Shake-Up? And I will say before I leave that I like there is conflicting reports on this because it keeps it interesting. We don't want to know exactly what's going on, do we, before it happens? I like the surprise element on Monday night and Tuesday night of who and where the switches are going to happen. So it seems like it's exciting at the minute. Let's see how it's going to play out on Monday Night Raw. But of course, if there is a report, I will bring it to you on this channel. So subscribe, leave any comments in the comment section. This is SCW, the wrestling channel, here on YouTube.com. Take care.